Welcome back to the World of Screens podcast. On today's show, we are reviewing the Fantastic Four First Steps. As always, we're going to have a look at last weekend at the Aussie box office. And Josh is going to give us his latest recommendations in the world of TV. And you might be going, Josh?
Josh.
That's a weird way to say Peter Gray, but it's been a hectic scheduling week for us. So I thought, who better to bring on than Josh Barry, the TV editor and creative director and all-round designer, the man who made World of Screens what it is. Josh Barry, how are you, mate? How you doing?
Good. Yeah, good, man. How are you?
I'm very good. I'm very good. I'm very excited to have you on because
Thanks for inviting me on. Yeah.
it wouldn't have been anyone else if Pete, if Pete was like, mainly because everyone else said no. You were the first person I asked. You were the first person I asked. No, Pete's got a crazy schedule at the moment. I've got a crazy. I'm sure you have a crazy schedule as well. There's so much happening. No. Yeah, I'm free at 3 on a Friday. Let's do this. But no, Josh is very much a big part of the reason why World of Screens is what it is. If you go to the website and have a look at it, he is the creator. He is the one who has given it the incredible aesthetic and all of our social medias, which is at World of Screens, by the way, on X and Instagram. Everything that you go, wow, that looks amazing, is the doing of Josh Barry. So thank you for that, mate. But thank you for coming on. Man. Before we get into the show, which we are, as the TV editor of the site, we're going to talk a little TV today, which is very exciting. Not something we normally do on the show. A bit of housekeeping. Subscribe to us on your preferred podcasting platform. If you're listening to us on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, make sure you follow it. If you're watching on YouTube, subscribe and like. It really helps us. And you can also subscribe to worldofscreens.com email list. All your support is incredibly helpful. But we are called World of Screens, and television takes place on screens, Josh. So you've been watching a fair bit of stuff. You watch a lot more TV than I do, which is good because I'm so behind. You would hate to hear I haven't watched The Bear season 4 yet.
I know.
It's criminal. I need to watch that. But what's going on in the world of TV?
Man, this year for me, I've really stepped back from movies. I just have found so much more in TV this year.
What's been standout so far for you?
Definitely The Bear. That's a definite standout.
You gave that a 10, right? You gave that
I watched it twice as well. I watched season 4 twice. Yeah. Helen Harper.
I know.
Yeah, that could possibly be my favorite show of the year so far.
Cooper Raiff, who we are both big fans of.
Big fan.
Cha Cha Real Smooth was my favorite film of, I think it came out like 2022 or 2023. I can't remember, but I still haven't seen Shithouse though. That's
which you need to see.
I need to see Shithouse, but I also need to watch Helen Harper.
Helen Harper's great. I mean, 10 episodes, like 30-minute episodes. He's in it. He's Hal. He's Hal. Really, really, great series. It's on Stan.
Is it like his films, which are very it's weird to say very human. It's not like it's made by robots.
No, but 100%.
It has these dramatic elements, but they're also quite funny at the same time.
Yes, yeah. The first couple of episodes definitely lighthearted, funny, and then it starts to get really deep, human, family sort of emotions, and so good. I was like tears just streaming down my face. Episode 10.
Cooper does it. That scene in Cha Cha Real Smooth, the spoilers, the movie's been out for 3 years now, but the breakup scene in the car outside the school, I just remember I think I saw it at Sydney Film Festival, and I just remember being like, holy shit. I was like, everyone around like, don't look at me, I'm here by myself. Tell you why I'm crying.
I found there's so many good bits about it. The amazing bit about it is there's flashbacks to when him and his sister are at primary school.
Oh, right. Yeah.
But him...
Cooper Raiff is...
They still play that part.
The adults are playing the children.
Yeah, but there's
very interesting.
A bunch of children and just him as an adult sat there.
And it works.
When it first comes on, it's a bit of a jolt.
Sure.
But it really works, and the payoff really works. Because so that's one I would definitely recommend. And I looked this up. It's not even available in the States or the UK.
Really?
No one picked it up. Stan got in.
So, because I do remember, I think it premiered at Sundance, the first two episodes.
Pete said
at Sundance. and it was looking for distribution, but Stan was the one to come.
Yeah,
Shout
yeah.
out to Stan. Shout out. I
Shout out
mean,
Stan.
Stan sent me the screeners for Twisted Metal season 2 today, so they're on fire. But I may have to watch Hal and Harper first before I dive
Before,
into
yeah, yeah,
Twisted Metal season 2. So
yeah.
the Bear and Hal and Harper. Is there anything else that's been there?
Uh, oh,
That's the two.
very, very recently watched Too Much on Netflix.
Yes,
Lena Dunham's new,
Rhiannon's been watching that actually. Yeah.
really good, really
Okay.
good. I really enjoyed that.
I like Lena Dunham's stuff. Like I think
Her stuff's great.
she did a movie a few years ago, something Birdie, something called Birdie. I can't remember, but Bella Ramsey is in it, and it's this like it's a period piece, this coming of
Oh,
age story about this like rebellious young princess, but it's this very contemporary look. Like I really enjoyed how
yeah,
like contemporary dialogue and themes and
yes,
stuff.
yes,
And I think
yeah.
Lena Dunham's a really great writer. I mean, Girls was very successful
I
for a
loved
reason.
Girls.
So
That was so good.
and Too
Yeah,
Much, yeah. What I saw of Too
yeah.
Much with Rhiannon watching it, I was like, it's very
It's really
funny.
good.
There
It's
was
really
it was a
good.
scene. The scene that I jumped in on was she was kind of getting like passively aggressively berated by a guy about what she was wearing, and he was like, "Don't you want to like look like you, like beautiful the way you are?" And I was like, "Holy
Yes,
shit!"
yes,
I
yes,
was
yes, yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
brutal,
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
brutal.
No,
Uh
that I would recommend that as well. Yeah,
there's been some big stuff this year. Like obviously we had like Severance season 2, which sort of
which was
weirdly came and went, but I
yeah, at the
really
time it
liked
was
it.
definitely a
Mm,
movement, wasn't it?
it
Everyone
was.
was like, it was probably the biggest thing this year.
I would say,
I
yeah,
think
that's fair.
even over Last of Us, I think
That was the second one I wanted to bring up because that was a
that tailed off.
very, yeah, well,
Yeah,
because you wrote an article, it was one of the first things that was on the website about
true.
how it was a very up and down season.
It
When
was.
it
It
hit, it
was.
hit, and
Yes.
when it didn't, it was very boring.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
And
So that's going to be
yeah,
interesting going forward without Druckmann.
Neil Druckmann dropping out of seasons 3. So
Yeah.
and
Interesting.
someone else from Naughty Dog dropped out as well. Like
Okay.
pretty much,
Okay.
I think Naughty Dog are now hands off. It's very much a HBO Craig
Okay.
Mazin.
So that'll be interesting. Yeah.
Very interesting.
Yeah. Hmm.
I have one episode to go, and I just don't feel like watching it. Like that's kind of where we're at. It
The finale for me was a good episode, but a bad finale.
Sure, okay. Is it
Doesn't
like
feel
one of
like a
those ones
finale at all.
where they annoyingly like split it halfway? Like this is like the halfway point of a story, and then
Absolute. Yeah.
and because I
Yeah.
played the game, so I know the story and I know where it
Yes.
goes.
Yeah.
And we were talking about the finale back when it came out. I was very much like, this is what they're going to do, and I don't like how they're going to do that. And
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
that's what we get now with TV episodes that cost $10 billion to produce
Right.
each goddamn
Yeah.
episode. So,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. Yeah.
hopefully, we'll see. We'll see.
But there's some
Is
exciting stuff coming as
I was
well.
going to ask, yeah, what's coming out that you're keen for?
Alien Earth.
I can't wait. Anything with Timothy Oliphant, sign me up.
Yeah. Right.
I love him.
Actually we just watched Stick on
Ooh,
Apple
I haven't
with
watched that. Another show
Owen
I haven't
Wilson.
watched. Yeah.
Yeah. And Timothy Oliphant's in the last few episodes of that. I love that guy.
I love him.
Absolutely love him.
Did you see
Yeah.
his bit he did with Seth Meyers recently? He was on Seth Meyers late night with Seth
No,
Meyers.
no.
Watch that clip. You'll love
Okay,
it. It's
okay.
very, very funny. Timothy Oliphant's a comedic genius.
I love him. Yeah, love him. Yeah.
And then so we got Alien Earth. What else is coming out?
Yeah, that's in like just over a couple of weeks.
Mm.
I mean, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia's running now,
Still going.
and 17 seasons.
It's incredible.
That's unbelievable. And the last episode, the third episode, it was one of the funniest episodes I've seen in that series. There's a big take on the bear.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty fun.
Charlie's making burgers out of his apartment. You just see him in a blue apron and a white shirt, and I'm like, oh, this is going to be
This
the
is the
bear.
bear.
And then he's like, everyone, call me chef.
Some inter-network crossover stuff going
Yeah,
there as well. I
so
love that.
good.
I love
So
that.
good.
Oh.
Yeah. Peacemaker's coming.
2. Yeah.
Yep, Peacemaker's coming.
Very much confirmed by James Gunn to be very well connected into the DCU now. It's going to be
Yeah.
very much a big part of going
Okay,
forward.
cool.
So it'll be
Cool.
interesting.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to the Terminal List, the second season of that.
The what's the subtitle for that? It's about Taylor Kitsch's character, is
Yeah,
it? Dark Wolf or something?
That's right.
Something like that. I
yeah,
didn't watch
not sure.
all of the first season. I do want to go back and finish it though.
Yeah, the first season I really liked. Yeah.
Good action.
That's all
Main
I'm looking
ones.
for in the next month.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alien Earth is the one that for me that I'm
Yeah, for
very,
sure.
very excited for. I
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
liked Romulus, so I'm excited to see
Me
what
too.
we continue
Yeah.
doing.
Yeah.
And Noah Hawley, right? The guy who did
Yeah, that's
Fargo.
right. Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
A lot of what he touches is gold. So
True.
funnily enough, It's Always Sunny will pop up a little bit later on in our conversations
Oh,
because there is a
okay.
connection to the film we're talking about today. And It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. So, but before we get
Ah,
there,
cool.
every week on the show, we have a look at last weekend at the Australian box office, supplied by Numero Box Office. And it's been healthy, Josh. I don't know if you've been all over this, but Australian box
I
office has been
haven't.
doing quite well as of recent. A lot of movies performing incredibly well, whether they deserve to or not. Um, Normally we just do the top five, but I think it is worth noting debuting at number six with $1 million was I Know What You Did Last Summer. So that was the fresh movie of the week, the only release of last week. And it debuted at number six, but still bringing in $1 million at number
$1 million,
six
yeah.
is pretty bloody good. Very mixed reviews for that one. Pete and I liked it. We had a good time
Yeah.
with it, but yeah, very, very mixed reviews. And I don't know if it was the legacy sequel people were after. I don't think the impact
Okay.
of I Know What You Did Last Summer had the same sort of power and esteem that Scream does. So whether we get a sequel, which is very much leaves open for,
Okay.
we'll
Okay.
know.
How's
But
it doing? Like what if US worldwide?
it did fine. It didn't
Okay.
do too. It obviously there's a few other big title movies that will come up soon that
Yes, yes,
very
yes.
much
Yeah.
overperformed
Yeah, okay.
with it. So a tough time for it to come out. School holidays
True.
and massive tentpole films. With school holidays
Mm.
and saying that number five, still number five, Smurfs made another $1 million. Um, just go
I've
back to
seen
last week's episode to see
I've
Pete's
seen,
thoughts on that.
I didn't see last week's episode yet. I've seen some interesting reviews online.
Well, funnily enough, speaking of that, if you go to Pete's socials
I
at
saw
Rated
Pete's.
PDG, yes,
Yeah.
so he had an article written about him.
Yeah.
There is a I can't remember what the term for their company is, but there's basically like a firm in the US who bets on the like domestic box office of films.
Oh.
And they literally have a thing called the Peter Gray test. And they look at Pete's reviews on Rotten Tomatoes because they go, well, if he sees something early, and he's usually one of the first to try and get a review up, they reckon he's got a pretty good gauge on what's good and
Okay.
what's not. He's very fair. He's very sort of, and that's Pete as a reviewer. He's a very good reviewer
Yeah.
for that
Yeah.
reason. So if something's really bad, which in this case, Smurfs was the part of the article, he gave it 1 star out of five. So they were like, oh, if it's that bad, then it's not going to perform this well in the box office, the Peter Gray test.
Okay.
These
Okay.
guys have
Okay.
made hundreds of thousands of dollars betting on box office based on the Peter Gray test, which
Right.
is wild to think. It's an incredible article. It's absolutely insane.
Okay.
But the fact that we will do this for our whole lives and never see $100,000, and these guys are making so much money, and Smurfs of all things, of
Oh,
all fucking things,
wow.
those little blue fuckers, Smurfs. But that was
Uh,
number five at the box office. Number four at $1.7 million for the weekend, and a total of 28.47 million in Australia. How to Train Your Dragon. Have you seen this one yet?
no, no.
Did you
I'm
like the
just
new animated film?
actually, yeah, I loved it, and
Yeah.
I'm just not interested in this.
That was my reaction too. I love the animated
Yeah,
film. I thought this one was good because it's
yeah,
pretty much the same movie, and that movie was
yeah,
great. But
yeah,
it was the one of the first live action remakes where I really questioned, like, do we actually need this?
yeah.
It
I
doesn't
just
do
felt
much
that
different.
I would go in, and as soon as it started, would be just
Mm.
wanting it to be animated. I just
That's
would.
fair. It's
And when I saw all the reviews and your reviews and stuff saying it was pretty much shot for shot, I'm like, no, I'll just keep the original.
And I think it loses a bit of the magic as well
I
when you are
feel it
looking
would
at real
do.
people and doing that. There's
Yeah,
something so
yeah,
whimsical and fantastical about the animation. So,
yeah,
but it's holding
yeah,
strong. It's done incredibly well. It's
yeah,
done pretty well worldwide as well.
yeah,
Number three at the box office, 2.1 million. F1 the movie still hanging in
yeah,
there.
yeah, right.
23.6 million total in its Australian run at the moment. The people love Brad Pitt. The people love fast cars.
Yeah,
I
that's
think that's
fair. I
all.
mean, they always knew this was going to do well. How
Yes,
long's that been out for now?
that would be in its
Third
fourth week
week or
now.
fourth
Fourth
week?
week. Yeah,
Okay. Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah,
So it's yeah, pretty damn well, all things considering. So,
yeah.
um, $3.8 million at the box office in the second box office in the second position. 25 million total. Jurassic World Rebirth. You did not like this film.
Oh man, I haven't seen the last two
Yes, we did. We spoke about this
because
in
yeah, most of the
person.
stuff I saw was oh yeah, at least it's better than the last two, and not seeing the last two, I'm like, oh my God, didn't why I'm unfortunately they make money, so we're
We
just going to
will
keep getting
we
them.
will probably see another one. We will probably
And
see another one.
I probably won't be there.
I would like maybe for one day at least just watch Jurassic World Dominion, the third one,
Okay.
where they bring Sam Neill and Laura Dern and Jeff Goldblum back because how they fumbled that is one of the
Yeah,
biggest piles of dog shit I've ever seen.
that sounds
And
bad.
maybe that's Universal's plan. They made a crap film that still
Yeah.
made $1 billion, and they've Stockholm syndrome us
Then.
into going, Rebirth is actually all right. You guys
Yeah,
are,
that's right.
you will
That's it.
enjoy this film.
And
Um,
still make loads of money on each one.
Loads and loads of money, and it's holding strong. The fact that it made 3.8 in its third or second
Yeah,
or third weekend is
yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
But number one at the box office for its second week in a row, $5.5 million with a total of 16.82 million in 2 weeks. Superman. Um, there is so much discourse about how this is tanking worldwide, but I'm
Is
going to get
it?
the
Yeah.
world. It's not.
No,
It's
as in, is there? Yeah, is there a
morons.
lot of discourse about that?
It's
I just
absolute
feel like
morons.
it's trendy to do this now, isn't it?
It
Just
is.
bag these box office things. I don't know why. Like,
It's currently at $432 million worldwide in 2 weeks. I wouldn't call that a box
no,
office bomb at
no,
all.
no,
Was it going to be $1 billion movie? I don't think so. It's very
no.
hard for any superhero movie to hit $1 billion these
Yeah,
days that isn't
yeah.
Avengers or, any form of like real big team up movie, but it
I
is
mean, what?
currently the number one superhero film of the year box office
Yeah.
wise.
Oh, it is. I was about to
Mm.
say, I because Thunderbolts.
It's actually, funnily enough, it is Superman at number 8, Captain
Yeah.
America: Brave New World at 9, and Thunderbolts at 10 in
Okay.
the
Okay.
worldwide box office. So,
Okay.
but then
Okay.
Thunderbolts severely underperformed. Apparently,
Yeah, I saw that.
$382 million worldwide. So, which to
Yeah.
me is, I'm going back and forth. I still think Thunderbolts is probably the better movie, but I loved Superman. I thought Superman was great.
Yeah, I think probably have to watch Super like give I've watched Thunderbolts twice. If
Yep.
I yeah, I'd give Superman another watch, but I love Thunderbolts. It's such a good movie.
So good.
It feels
Um,
fresh. Like it
yeah,
even the second time I watched it, it just it does feel like a fresh like
superhero
take.
film, right? Yeah.
Yeah, which obviously we'll get into some of that stuff later with the F4 stuff, but
We will, yeah. Well, it's
yeah, super,
probably.
I mean Superman definitely just it feels so James Gunn.
Oh, yes. And I think he has a distinct style that you either love it or you don't.
Exactly,
And I
yeah.
do. I love it. And I loved
Yeah,
him
I
back
love
in
it as
his
well.
horror
Yeah,
days, right? When he was
yeah,
making like Slither and when he was making even Super, when you look back like 2010 when he did that movie
yeah,
with Woody
yeah, yeah,
Harrelson.
yeah, yeah.
Sorry, not Woody Harrelson, Rainn Wilson. Um, which is super dark. And Kevin Bacon playing a really fucked up villain who Kevin Bacon, I don't know if you see these on Instagram, him and his wife, Kara Sedgwick, they
Uh,
film themselves coming out of movies and
coming out
they
of the cinema. Yeah, I've
last one
seen
they
that.
just did
Yeah.
was Superman. They loved it.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
so heartwarming that
yeah,
they're just having the best time
for sure. It's
just
so
going to watch
good.
these movies. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's like I said, very distinct James Gunn sort of style to it. But people loved it for Guardians of the Galaxy.
Mm.
As soon as you call it Superman an immigrant story, everyone's like, "What the fuck? We hate this!"
Yeah,
And
because as soon as that started popping up, that's when yeah.
well, it hasn't
So,
diminished its box office because
ah,
400
I'm
and
glad.
whatever million
I'm
in
glad.
two
I
weeks.
want
Yeah,
that something like that to do well.
it's
But
such a good movie.
it's
It's
it
really
is.
really good. And
Yeah.
if the unhinged tone of Supergirl's appearance at the end of the film is anything like what we're going to go see in Supergirl next year, directed
Yes.
by Craig Gillespie, who did I, Tonya
Oh.
and Pam and
Oh
Tommy and
yeah.
stuff, that
Yeah.
excites me a lot. That's
Nice.
very, very, yeah. If we're going to get some
Yeah, that
unhinged heroes, whew,
yeah, yes.
that's what I want. But that was the box office. Last weekend, the box office supplied by Numero, as always. Thank you. But you did mention, Josh, we are going to sort of talk. The MCU chat keeps going because the Fantastic Four First Steps is the film we're talking about this week. But I thought it'd be interesting to break down sort of the future of the MCU because on this press tour for Fantastic Four, there's been comments made by Kevin Feige, who is the head
Mm,
of Marvel. We were talking about how Thunderbolts felt like a very fresh new take on the superhero genre. And I mean, Feige said during an interview that Avengers Secret Wars, which is due in 2027, which is the second Avengers film in the out of the ones that are coming out. So we got Doomsday first, then Secret Wars. There's going to be a reset of the timeline. And that will most likely come in about 2032. So there's a few things after Secret Wars that I think they're going to wrap up. And then
Mm,
2032, he's like, that's when we're going to be working on the new version of the MCU. We're going to most likely see new Iron Man, a new Captain America, so new actors playing those roles.
yeah.
Before we go into the future of it, how do you feel about not just superhero films, but the MCU specifically at the moment? What's your relationship been with it over the last few years?
I mean, well, like let's go from the start.
Mhm.
I've really enjoyed it from the start,
Yep.
and like what a journey it was. I
Mm.
mean, we'd never seen anything like it before, like these interconnecting films and
Yeah.
stories. And I think since, I mean, probably the same as everyone, and since the multiverse comes in, it just opens too many
Do you think it takes
possibilities.
like the stakes away for stuff? Because
For
then it's like,
sure. Yeah, because if you,
Iron Man dies at the end of Endgame, but if then there's just another Iron Man, another Tony Stark in another
yeah,
universe, we
yeah,
only know him as Robert Downey Jr., so
yeah,
kind
yeah.
of takes away
And
the stakes a bit.
yeah, that's right. So yeah, knowing that there's all these other Iron Mans in all these other universes while this is
Mm.
happening, it just yeah. So yeah, I haven't thoroughly enjoyed the last few years. Saying that, I definitely Thunderbolts I thought was a
Mm.
really good change.
But it didn't feel like a what we'd
It didn't
like
feel
a
like a
Marvel film,
multiverse.
a multiverse film. Exactly. It
Yeah,
didn't feel
yeah,
like that at all.
yeah.
Where are you at with the TV shows? Have you been watching any
Oh,
of
I,
the
s-
TV
I
series?
stopped.
Yeah, same.
Oh, what did I watch? The most recent one I think I watched was Agatha.
Oh, Agatha All Along, right? Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, I didn't watch
yeah.
that one either. No.
Only because a friend said that it was
Okay.
actually pretty good, and it actually was. I actually did enjoy it.
Oh, nice. Yeah, okay.
But yeah, I mean, they were just coming out too rapidly.
Oh man, too. And the fact that it was almost like homework, like you have to watch. If you just wanted to enjoy the movies on its own, you couldn't.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
had to, in quotation marks, watch these TV shows. But I stopped
yeah,
watching after Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I think I watched
yeah,
one
yeah,
episode of
yeah,
She-Hulk, and it's not that I didn't like it, but like you, I
yeah,
was just like, there's too much to watch. There's too much to keep
yeah,
up on. So unless you
yeah.
make Marvel your life,
Yes, that's
you're not
right.
gonna catch up with everything, and the
And
casual audience isn't gonna.
Feige's obviously come out and
Yep.
acknowledged that.
Yes. Yep.
And pretty much from now on, the TV shows aren't, from what I saw, aren't really
Right.
going to be connected.
Okay.
Because they didn't want that feeling of well, I
Homework,
mean, I
right?
think I think he kind of believes that's why Thunderbolts didn't do as well because all those characters in that, pretty much all of them are from the TV shows.
Yep, yep. Or like they had one Black Widow, which came out during the
Yes,
pandemic and didn't do that well, and sort of, yeah,
yeah,
like people have
yeah.
forgotten that film a
That's
little bit,
right.
right? So,
Yeah.
or yeah, you bring in these
Um,
characters from like Ant-Man and the Wasp, so all
yeah,
these lesser known
lesser
Marvel
known.
films, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I liked the idea of that,
So did I.
but
I actually, I
see
did too, yeah.
how people could be put off if you think that you need to have watched those shows.
Yeah, yeah, for
I
sure.
mean, I feel like you would have had to have watched Captain America and um,
Oh,
actually it
Falcon and the
was
Winter Soldier and
Falcon.
yeah.
I feel like you would have had to have watched that. I mean,
Yeah.
um,
Well, because you need
you
to
know,
understand why he is an anti-hero to an
yes,
extent, right? Like he
exactly.
murders someone in broad
Yeah,
daylight in that show,
yeah,
which I thought was
yeah,
bold for a Marvel show. I was
yeah,
like, oh shit. And I like that
yeah,
they kept that sort of thematic energy in Thunderbolts. It's the most like
yes,
emotionally mature
for sure.
MCU movie that's been around for a while. It's literally centered around the fact that Yelena is going through depression, going through this
Yeah,
whole
yeah,
existential crisis. There's the literal embodiment of depression in the void,
yeah,
and sort of
yes, yes,
the self worth is at an all time low with him and stuff. So it's this really interesting allegory for mental health, but it's just done in this cool heightened way.
yeah, yeah.
I kind of we won't go too much into it yet, but I kind of felt the same way about aspects of Fantastic Four. I kind of appreciated
Mm.
that it was quite detached from a lot of
Yeah,
things that were happening in the MCU, but
yeah,
at the same time, comparatively to Thunderbolts, that felt more like a lot of what I'd seen before as opposed to Thunderbolts
yeah,
feeling new
yeah,
and feeling fresh.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
I
there's
think,
just a lot to watch.
yeah, oh, for sure, for sure. I mean, I think, but by the looks of it, obviously the X-Men stuff's going to be coming up.
Yeah, Thunderbolts
It
director
sounds like.
Jake Schreier is attached to that by the sounds of it. So
I think that's quite exciting because that's going to be kind of new.
It's a palate cleanser, I guess, as well, right? If they're
Yeah,
doing the
yeah,
reset, then
yeah,
introduce the X-Men and Secret Wars, and we'll focus on them for a bit. Like that's
yeah,
kind of cool, in my
yeah,
opinion. So
yeah, yeah. They did say that Blade's still on the cards, which I'm very excited about. If
I'm
they can get,
excited if they
yeah,
do it. Poor
and
Mahershala, the only
and
guy who's
Mahershala is still attached by the sounds of it. They
the
were
only
saying
guy who's
so.
been announced as a character who hasn't played the character yet.
I
The
know.
poor guy. And he's such a good actor. Like we're wasting him on this.
Yeah,
And I wonder how many roles he may have passed up in the idea of like, oh no, they're planning on shooting Blade now. They're planning on shooting Blade then.
yeah,
And
yeah,
that just
yeah,
keeps
yeah.
I'm like
Oh yeah,
curious to
true.
see what he has missed out
Has
on
missed out on. True, true.
because of that.
Yeah,
So, but yeah. But
yeah.
look, the like we said, 2032 is that brief timeline Feige is given for the reset. Do you think Feige will leave Marvel? Do you has
I mean, the thing I saw, he definitely says that he doesn't want to yet.
okay.
I did see a thing that he's got, or he said he's got just less than 2 years on his contract with them.
Okay. All right. Which takes him to the end of
Uh,
Secret Wars. Yeah.
yeah. The thing I saw him sort of say was that he wants to make great stories
Hmm.
and out of this world as well.
Yeah.
But currently he wants to keep doing it in this. So I guess it's yeah. Who knows? With 2 years left on a contract.
Well, and this is from a while ago, but it was a 2023 interview with IGN at Star Wars Celebration. He is in talks to develop a Star Wars film as well, which
Mm,
is obviously all in-house at Disney,
yeah,
of
yeah,
course.
yeah. Okay.
And there's been talk forever about Kathleen Kennedy stepping down at Star Wars. I don't think Kevin Feige would jump in. I think they're looking at Dave Filoni. Again,
Oh
Star
yes.
Wars, something which I love. I'm nowhere all over the TV shows either. I can't keep up with that. And
Yeah,
Star
too
Wars
much
doesn't have
again. Too
400
much
movies
again.
coming out a year
No, no,
as
that's
well.
right.
So
Yeah.
I don't know what my excuse is, but it'll be interesting to see if Kevin sort of maybe jumps ship over there. But
Mm,
if the plan is to reset and sort of, maybe he is the best person to sort of see a bit of finality to it and then pass it off to someone else. But it doesn't seem like there's a successor either in the way that sort of Filoni
yeah,
could succeed.
yeah.
Kathleen
True.
Kennedy.
Who the hell would that be?
Maybe we
Yeah.
need a reboot of Succession set inside the Marvel, Star Wars, Disney machine. That would be pretty fun.
Yeah.
This really like cooked sort of inside Hollywood version of
Yeah,
Succession would
yeah,
actually be really fun. If you're a writer out there listening to this, I've put a patent on that already. You can't take that idea from me. But whether he leaves or not, I'm just very intrigued. Like I think audiences are finally over the same thing. We don't want to just see the same thing
yeah, yeah,
rehashed over
yeah,
and over. But the issue is something like Thunderbolts, whether it was because people were sort of tired and didn't know the characters and didn't understand. When something like that does come out, it does underperform. We don't get
Mm,
that then. And if
no,
Fantastic Four
exact.
comes out and makes a bucket load of cash, we're
Yeah,
gonna get
we
more of
get more
that,
of that. Yeah,
which is interesting because then it brings up the debate: are these movies made for the fans or general audiences? And a general
yeah,
audience is the ones who are going to come out in enough droves to finance whatever the next lot of
yeah, yeah.
Marvel movies are.
I did see him say
Yeah,
there's another genre on the cards for one of the films.
like horror.
Well, he
Okay.
said it's a genre they haven't done.
All right, let's break
What
that
would that
down.
be?
Far out.
Yeah, I know, because I had a bit of a think, and I'm like,
Because horror is kind of Doctor Strange, the Multiverse of Madness has a fair bit of
yeah,
horror, and you got Sam
yeah,
Raimi who directed that.
yeah. So I
I
don't think it'd
mean,
be horror.
weirdly, we haven't seen, I guess, a superhero romantic comedy.
No, true.
A sports movie, perhaps? Like this. What if a superhero was an athlete at the same time? But that's like The
Yeah,
Boys as well. I
I was
guess The
about to
Boys
say
has
the
done
boys.
that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Which that comes back next year. It'll be so interesting to see sort of how, things like that have sort of rejuvenated the superhero
they
genre by
have.
being
True.
so different and,
Yes, and kind of changed them as well. Like they've then tried to align a bit over that side. So
very, very much so.
yeah, yeah,
Turning, our favorite people into villains or making
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
villains our
yeah,
favorite characters and stuff.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
always love when Anthony Starr comes out and goes like, I don't get why people celebrate Homelander. He's not a good person. And I'm like, there's absolutely a certain sector of people out there who are like, Homelander's my guy. He's my favorite character because he's so degenerate and so fucked up that I'm like, I can't believe TV's getting away with this, and I
Yeah,
want to
yeah,
see
yeah.
more of this.
I know.
I do not
I love
align with his
that.
beliefs.
Yeah, I love that
So,
guy who went to the Superman screening as
as
Homelander.
Homelander, I
That
did
was
see
good.
that.
That
That
was
was pretty
good.
funny. And that's it. It's that on the nose sort of shit that the
Yeah,
boys is so
yeah,
good at. But I mean, the future of the MCU, who knows? I
yeah,
don't think we'll have a proper answer for a couple of years. It's interesting. Like there's all these. It's all hearsay stories, but the development of Doomsday is apparently they're completely rewriting the third act of the script, but they've already started filming. Who knows? Who knows what's going on? There is a billion and one people in this film.
yes,
I
yeah,
don't know what it's going to be. It's probably going to have to be 6 hours long at this point
yeah, yeah, yeah,
just to
yeah,
introduce stuff. But
yeah.
who knows? Who knows what's going to happen with the future? But the future starts now because phase 6 of the
Mm.
MCU is upon us with the Fantastic Four first steps.
Famous around the world, please welcome the Fantastic Four. Mr. Fantastic, Invisible Woman, Human Torch,
I love you, Johnny!
and The Thing.
Hey, what time is it? Say the thing.
That's not really something I say.
It's clobbering time.
That's just in the cartoon.
Forced to balance their roles as heroes with the strength of their family bond, the Fantastic Four must defend Earth from a ravenous space god called Galactus and his enigmatic herald, Silver Surfer. This is the 37th film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and it's the
Wow.
second reboot of the Fantastic Four film series. So obviously we had the 2005, 2007 Tim Story films. We had the 2015 Josh Trank film, Fant Four Stick, and this is the second reboot. So this film's directed by Matt Shackman, who cut his teeth in television, Game of
Yeah.
Thrones,
Yeah.
WandaVision, and It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. He
I
has
saw
directed
that.
a
I
few
saw
episodes of
that. I did see that. Yeah.
So we know he's coming from a good playground to Fantastic
Yeah,
Four.
true.
The screenplay is by Josh Friedman, Eric Pearson, Jeff Kaplan, and Ian Springer, and it includes ensemble cast, including Pedro Pascal, Vanessa Kirby, Eben Moss Backrack, Joseph Quinn as the titular team, alongside Julia Garner, Sarah Niles, Mark Gatiss, Natasha Lyonne, Paul Walter Hauser, and Ralph Ineson as Galactus. The only voice I think they should allow to be Galactus because he has a booming gravelly voice, and it's awesome. Now, so we saw this a couple of days ago, and I'll be 100% honest, it's pretty much left my mind.
Yeah, I'm the same, man.
I don't
I'm the
think it was a
same.
bad film.
No,
There was actually a
no.
lot of it that I enjoyed, but I don't think it has the strongest staying power. But what was your initial thoughts leaving the Fantastic Four first steps?
We had a little chat, obviously, out
Mhm.
the front after. I was exactly the same as you. I was like, yeah, that was good,
It was
but
fine. Yeah.
but it felt safe to me.
Yep.
A lot of it felt quite safe. It's funny. It felt safe, but it also felt like it was kind of trying to do something different with the family drama
Yes.
part. I think it was trying to.
I do think that's worth
Um,
noting that this is very much, as much as it is a superhero film, this is about, I guess, to not to spoil anything, but like a lot of the stakes of the film comes from the fact that Galactus wants Reed Richards and Sue Storm's child.
mm,
So what would you
mm.
do in parents that situation if the whole world was at stake? Would you give up your child? And that becomes a really big emotional part of the second act of the film.
Yeah, yeah. Um, I'm definitely in the same as you. It's kind of left my,
Yeah.
yeah. I I've definitely got a bit of Pedro fatigue now. I
Yes.
didn't-
Yeah, we did bring that up.
Yeah. I mean,
We've got one more to go.
I know,
Got
I
one
know.
more to
But
go.
but it's so what that's next or
Eddington, and we got that
about
in
a
2
week
weeks, I
and a
think.
half.
Yeah.
And that will we basically at the end of July and we'll have seen him in 4 things this year, including
That's
Last of
crazy.
Us.
And four
Like,
big, relatively big things. Like
Really big.
Materialist did
Yeah.
incredibly well. Last of Us is one of the biggest shows on TV.
Yeah.
This will be one of
Yeah.
the biggest films, and a lot of people are talking about Eddington and how divisive it is. So
Yes.
Pedro
Yes. Yeah.
Pedro Pascal is 2025. I think that's
Yeah.
there's no other way of putting it.
Yeah, definitely.
What did you think of him in the film though? With the Pascal fatigue in mind, how do you think he went as Reed Richards?
In all honesty, I don't know too much about the Fantastic Four, and I don't know much about Reed Richards. I've not seen the last few Fantastic Four movies.
Right.
I think this is the first Fantastic Four movie I've seen.
I'll tell you what, you're not missing out with 2015. I think that was regarded as one of the worst superhero films ever
Yeah.
made. Despite having a really awesome scene with Victor Von Doom. There's a really terrifying Doom scene in that film that I thought was great. 2005 is very sort of campy, nostalgic for me because I watched it on DVD on repeat as a kid.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's still also 28% on Rotten Tomatoes. Like it's not a good
Yeah,
film.
yeah.
But, I think despite this one feeling potentially a little bit lackluster and underwhelming comparatively to the hype, which is always something that these larger films are gonna inevitably be compared to. It is the best Fantastic Four's ever been on the big screen, but I don't know much about the I don't know much about the comic book characters themselves, but I think the dynamic and the chemistry between the actors and the characters, that performances are great, and I think the writing of the characters was really good. I think that's the strongest part of the film.
Yeah.
I think Joseph Quinn as Johnny Storm is great because we've only seen Johnny Storm as this super cocky, like Chris Evans really embodied this like super cocky, fast talking, wants to get with the chicks, which is aspects of that in this film, especially with his pursuit of Silver Surfer.
Yes.
We had a connection sort of
Yes,
thing.
yes.
Where that actually leads and how integral he actually becomes to the plot, which leads to, I think, was my favorite scene of the film where there is a confrontation with Silver Surfer later in the film. I think Joseph Quinn's sort of the unsung, like the underdog hero of the film, I guess.
Yeah, okay. He was my favorite part.
Yeah, cool.
Out of the four of them, he was my favorite.
Yeah.
He definitely brought the humor that I think it needed, and
Not
probably
enough of
needed
it,
a
though?
little bit more.
Yeah.
For me, it needed a little bit more.
There was times where it felt very serious. Like it felt like
It's-
and
yeah.
this is a PG rated kids film. Well, I shouldn't say kids film, family film, I
No,
guess I should say.
yeah.
And it definitely felt like, I feel like younger audiences would probably get a bit bored with the first
Mm,
2/3 of this film.
I definitely would think they would, to be
I think
honest.
so.
Yeah.
But again,
yeah.
they're not paying for the movie tickets, so
True.
it'll be interesting to see
True.
how it comes through.
I thought
Vanessa
Eben Moss
Kirby.
was-
Eben Moss Backrack was incredible too.
I thought he was really good. Yeah.
He's the gentle giant, isn't he? Like, just in real life too. He's so tall in his presence when he walks into a room. I've seen all this
It
press
was so. I feel it's really nice to see him in such a big role as well. Like
Yes.
just coming from the Bear. I was just thinking of his last few years. It must be amazing.
I hope like this is him getting his flowers, in my opinion. Like,
Yes.
I think a lot of people are really loving his performance.
Yeah.
I thought I loved Joseph Quinn. Vanessa Kirby really stole the show for me. I thought she was great. I think the character of Sue Storm in this, who has kind of been sidelined as like blonde bimbo in some of the other films.
Okay.
Um,
okay.
And that's not to disintegrate the character or anything, but like I just think she's such a stronger presence in this film. She's the one who is basically talking to the world on behalf of the Fantastic Four. She's doing like UN meetings and shit. I think it's worth noting that the Fantastic Four in this universe, which is a separate universe, Earth 828, which is not where the current MCU takes place. It's in a completely different dimension for all those playing at home. They are the only superheroes that are known in the world. And I think that's kind of cool. Like there is an element of that where these guys are pretty much the Avengers. They are the only defenders of Earth.
Okay.
In this as well.
That's
So I thought
definitely
it was
worth
kind of-
noting.
I think, I don't think the movie does a great job at telling you that.
I didn't know that.
But
I
it
didn't
is something
know
that I did find out.
I guess it does feel like that now that you've said that.
Yeah.
Was I just don't know the answer to this. I probably should. Was The Incredibles based off the Fantastic Four?
So I don't know. I don't think so.
Because this felt,
similarities.
while I was watching this, I was thinking, man, I'd like to see an Incredibles like live action. That is actually, I would like to see that.
I would, far out.
The Incredibles is probably my favorite animation ever, and
It's
but
my
I still
favorite
would-
Pixar film. Yeah.
Yeah.
far.
I would watching this, I was like, I can see an Incredibles live action being really good. But
Let's
I
hope.
feel like there's definite similarities.
There has, well, I mean, not even just in the powers, right? Like obviously there's the
Yeah.
stretchiness and the force
Straight,
fields and the
yeah,
invisibility
yeah,
and stuff
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah,
whatnot, and the baby can turn onto fire and whatnot. But
yeah,
the family dynamic, right? Like it's
yeah,
more, The
exact
Incredibles is more about the family unit than it
family.
is about the
Yeah,
superhero side of
yeah.
things, which I think is
And
really,
I
really
found the
incredible.
start of Fantastic Four similar to the start of Incredibles.
What, yeah,
That kind of flashback sort of
the newsreels and sort of
newsreels.
setting up the
Yeah,
fact that like the world needs superheroes, but when the
yeah,
superheroes like kind
yes,
of fuck up, for lack of a better
exactly.
phrase,
Yeah,
what happens then? And
yeah,
that's
yeah,
literally what this whole movie's about. It's like
yeah,
when they come back after their first meeting with Galactus, and the world's like, "Did we win?" And they're like, "No," and they're like, "Hey, you suck!" Like it's
yeah.
very,
It
it's
is.
similar. We saw it in Superman 2 weeks ago.
Yes,
Like
yeah,
what
yeah,
happens when Superman gets beaten in a fight? Everyone starts going like, actually, we don't like Superman anymore.
yeah,
And I think
yeah,
that's
yeah.
super interesting. I really like that take.
Yeah.
These
I mean,
things.
it's really poignant as well. Like
It is.
that's what happens now. If one person makes one little mistake and
Done.
we,
Yeah.
yeah, gone.
As a
Yeah.
society, we now collectively hate them.
Yes.
But so funnily enough, the poignancy of it, I think we've given more substance talking about it than the movie brought across, though. I
Oh,
think
true. Oh,
I
true, true.
think this is a very
Yeah.
surface level look at all of those things. And while they're interesting ideas, I don't think they're fleshed out because it's kind of like we want it to still feel like an MCU film with all the quirky quips and whatnot, with the big
Yeah.
third act world ending climax in which Silver Surfer and Galactus come to Earth and whatnot. So it's one of those tough things where like they were on the cusp of doing something really, really cool, but then they kind of were like, but remember, this is all the other stuff you love about the Marvel Cinematic
Yeah.
Universe. And it's kind of like, oh, and now it's kind of, we don't know what kind of movie it wants to be. I
Yeah.
will give
Yeah.
it credit. Credits rolled at an hour 40.
Yeah,
This is
that's
a
good.
short movie.
Yeah.
I mean, it flew
It
by
actually
for
felt,
me.
yeah, maybe felt, don't
Too
normally
short?
say this, a little bit.
If there's a movie
Goldilocks
podcast
like
in the world that has been the biggest advocates for like more 90-minute films,
Yeah.
before we even started recording, we were like, hey, Naked Gun's 85 minutes. And we both just went, this is the greatest
Yeah.
news we've ever heard. An hour 40, the credits roll, and there's obviously a mid-credit scene and credit scene. So I think the actual runtime's like an hour 55 or something.
Okay, okay.
Long credits and whatnot. But by the time the credits rolled, I was like, oh, I literally went like, that's it. I was very, very much like, oh, so they kind of subverted expectations in a way, but not in a good way, I guess.
Yeah.
For that, for lack of a better phrase.
I've been one, even Thunderbolts, I didn't stay for the end credits. I don't know if you remember, but I
that's
just
right.
didn't
Yes,
stay.
no, you left. Yeah, yeah.
But then spoke to you, and then I'm like, oh shit, I should have stayed for that. Like that was actually really good. And I ended up finding it online.
Footage of it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They go up
So then
quick
I'm
these
like,
days.
okay, I'm gonna stay for this one. Like I think these were underwhelming.
This one, well, so this is what Marvel do. The mid credits is usually something that's going to connect to the next one,
Yes,
and then the
yes.
last one is like you
It's
don't
just a
actually
fun-
have to see it. It's usually
No.
something fun. Superman didn't even have a connective end credit scenes.
No,
It
no.
was a joke. There was just a joke for the last one, and I don't mind those.
It
I'll
was-
stay and I'll
No,
laugh.
I mean that was a good enough joke for me.
Yeah. Oh, that and that one
yeah.
was actually very good. This
Yeah.
one's sort of more just like this nice nostalgic.
Little fun
Sort of thing.
like fanfare a bit, sort
But
of.
I also thought the mid-credit scene kind of sucked as well.
Oh, totally.
It's stuff we
Yeah.
already know.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
nothing, and I don't ever want to yuck anyone's yum, but at the end of and this is the slightest of slight spoilers, but it's also completely probably already well known by everyone. After the mid-credit scene, it says the Fantastic Four will return in Avengers Doomsday. And there was about 7 people in the audience who went, oh! And I went, you didn't know this, or you didn't think this was like the 99.9% possibility. And again, I don't want to come across as like
No.
cranky old man yells at sky, but like I kind of sat there and I was like, that's what you're excited. Like that was the most underwhelming mid-credit scene, and that it just confirms what we already knew.
Already know, yeah.
And I was
yeah.
just like, but I can see why people don't give a shit about the mid-credit scenes. Like people
Yeah,
were leaving
yeah.
in our screening beforehand.
Yeah,
hand.
yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah.
and it's again now it's connected to the MCU. It was this little pocket that we had of outside of everything else, and obviously in the Thunderbolts mid credit scene, we saw that the Fantastic Four arrive in this
Yes.
dimension. They've come
Yes,
through, and
yes,
now they're
yes.
in this one here. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I just maybe I don't usually let hype get the better of me, but there was part of me that was like, maybe this is going to be different. But I've been doing that with every single Marvel film
Yeah,
since
yeah.
Endgame, basically, right? So
Yeah.
the trap. It's a trap we
Yeah.
fall into.
It is. It is.
I
So what Spider-Man's next?
Spider-Man is next. That's mid next year.
Yeah.
Which is being called reportedly like a very street level
Yes, I
film.
saw
He's
that.
just fighting
Yeah.
street crime and stuff.
Yeah.
Which will be for the first act, and then the second act's interdimensional portals will open up
Well-
again, and then fucking Robert Downey Jr. will come down and shit. Like it'll be all over the place. And then Avengers Doomsday at the end of next year.
Yeah. Yeah.
So no official like Marvel, because that's the Sony Marvel is Spider-Man, but there's no official Marvel standalone for another 18
No.
months, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
One thing I did really like, and it has been done in other Marvel films before, but I really liked the cosmic sci-fi aspect of it. I think there's an action scene in the middle of the film that takes place in outer space, which was exhilarating.
That was good.
Really, really well done. It's a
Yeah.
big stretch of the film too. It's probably like a 15 odd minute scene,
Yes.
which in an hour 40-ish movie is a long portion of the film.
True.
But I really like the stakes. There's this literal sort of ticking time bomb element.
Yeah.
That and the literal chase of Silver Surfer through.
Yeah.
It looked great. I thought the
It
CGI
did look
looked
amazing.
really cool.
Yeah, it did look good. Yeah.
What did you think of Julia Garner as Silver Surfer?
Huh?
Two great
I love
scenes.
Julia Garner.
The chase scene, and then when she comes down, and it's in the trailer, but when she's like, "I herald your end," like really
Yeah.
cool scenes.
Yeah.
As a character,
Yeah.
could see from a million miles away what they were going to do with her character, and
Yeah,
it
yeah.
was
Yes,
super
for
underwhelming.
sure.
Like the character
Yeah,
was
yeah.
not treated well, but she was good. I guess. is
Yes.
what
Yeah. I love her. I mean, she's
She's
a great
great.
actress.
I thought she was great at Wolfman too. Not a lot of people loved Wolfman, but I thought she was really good in it.
No, she was really good. Yeah. I haven't seen much Silver Surfer, so I don't have anything to.
Again, like, so Silver Surfer was in the second Fantastic Four film in the early 2000s, and very similar vibe, sort of is like
Yeah. Okay.
more of again, the herald for Galactus in that film, but plays
Yeah.
probably more of the straight up villain role in that movie, whereas here she's a bit more of a, I don't want to say sidekick, but kind of is like
Kind
they
of,
they
yeah.
explain why, but
Yeah.
again, it's kind of super underwhelming shit again.
Seems like a really popular character. People
and
seem to really.
I don't know why, because I think Galactus is sort
It
of
must
a
be
big
from
bad for the
comics.
Fantastic Four. It must be, yeah.
Yeah.
Same with Galactus though. Ralph Ineson, again, that booming voice. Galactus felt more threatening in space than he did on Earth. As soon as he came to Earth, I was
Yeah.
like, oh, he's like the size of Godzilla. Like, we'll just fucking fly Godzilla and we'll have Godzilla versus Galactus and it's over.
I agree with that. I did love the visuals of that though. I love
visuals
how
are
it felt
very
like one
cool,
of those
yeah.
old Godzilla films. I really liked that.
You
But
said
you're
King
right, I
Kong
didn't
at
feel
the
that
end of it,
for-
this King Kong style of ending,
Yeah,
right?
almost claymation-y movements. Like
Yes.
big-
There was
yeah.
something very cool and nostalgic about that. Which
Yeah,
the
I like
setting of the
that.
film, that's this sort of retro futuristic 60s, very Jetsons, a lot of people have
Yeah.
sort of compared it to. I
Yeah.
really liked the setting. I thought the aesthetic
Yeah.
of it was cool.
Yeah.
It lends to a lot of the cool science stuff that Reed Richards is doing as well. So
Yes,
this like
yeah,
space
yeah.
race era
True.
sort of
Yeah, yeah.
technology. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of cool things
Yeah.
about the film. I just think tonally and story wise is probably just like arguably one of the weaker Marvel films in that regard. There's just so much other good stuff that sort of elevates it a little bit higher.
Yeah.
But it's not Thor Love and Thunder bad, that's for sure.
No, you're right.
and,
You're
I,
right.
and I don't know what else could be.
No.
So like I recommend it, but I think going into it knowing it's just like another Marvel film's probably the best way to go. Do you recommend this, Josh?
Yeah, it's not. It's definitely not a bad film.
No.
Yeah, I
And
recommend.
shorter.
Yeah, I recommend it. Sure, it's
Shorter
shorter.
compared
Yeah.
to the other Marvel fare, which is
Yeah.
always nice.
There's lots in it that's entertaining. It's good.
Easy way to
Um,
pass time. And I think it's the last superhero movie of the year. I don't think we have another superhero film, if I recall
Okay.
correctly. So,
Okay. Yeah,
and you know what? 3 out of
That's
4,
cool.
3 out of 4 isn't bad. Like Captain America was probably the most dull, but then you got Thunderbolts, Superman, and this that are, I mean, two of them are really great, and one of them is really good. It's not a bad year to be a superhero movie fan, to be honest.
No, you're right. Yeah.
But that's our thoughts. Obviously, you can go to worldofscreens.com. You can check out my full review, which is up there at the moment, where I break down even more about the Fantastic Four first steps. But that's our time on the show. That's another episode of the World of Screens podcast done for this week. Next week on the show, we will be chatting about Bride Hard, the new action comedy starring Rebel Wilson. Can't wait. But do you know what I really can't wait to chat about is Together, the new body horror codependency drama from Australian writer and director Michael Shanks, starring Dave Franco and Alison Brie. Spoiler alert, love that movie a lot. You've seen it, Josh. What did you think?
I have. Am I the only person that I just didn't like this movie?
No, we're gonna talk about it. We might get you on next week. Yeah, Josh, we might have to get you on to talk about this.
Because I sort of looked after I watched it. I'm like, oh my God, everyone loves this movie. I did not sync with it. Yeah, I didn't sync with it at all.
Maybe because you're in a healthy relationship, Josh, and you're like, I don't get what all these people are going on about. Codependency bullshit.
Yeah.
Well, we'll save those thoughts for next week on the show. Josh, mate, thank you for jumping in and chatting all things Fantastic Four and television with us. If you would like people to follow you on your Instagrams, where would they find you on the Instagrams?
Film Notions.
Some great stuff.
Notions.
If you thought World of Screens looked good, wait till you go to Film Notions on Instagram.
Oh man, come on! I put everything in World of Screens.
If World of Screens was second best, I would be more than okay with that because it looks fucking incredible. I'm very happy. And in the meantime, if you want to see how good it looks, head to worldofscreens.com. All the latest films and reviews are there. We got award expert articles. We got Josh's TV reviews. We got a few opinion articles coming out. I've just talked about why I'm excited for Weapons, which is probably my most anticipated film of the year now. Probably was in January too, to be fair. So there's so much there at World of Screens. I know. I can't wait for that movie.
That marketing is just hitting again.
When they're using the term "buckle the fuck up" in their marketing, I'm there and ready to go. But thank you all for listening, and we'll see you on next week's episode of the World of Screens podcast.